Hey everyone, it's week 3. You've made it so far. This is amazing. But we're really going to pump it up this week. We're going to make sure that we're working hard with building on the progress that we've made over the last 2 weeks. We're going to kick it this week. It's going to be so good. But I hope you're having a heap of fun doing this. I'm having a heap of fun working through it with you and answering all your questions and chatting to you. I love how many people are still in here. So yeah, let's keep going. Let's keep doing this well. So look, I hope you're doing really well with any eating habits or any goals that you've been setting for yourself. I know that it's really tough and it's really difficult at the start, I know, but you know, physical change kind of comes after about 4 weeks. It's kind of rule of thumb. So hopefully you'll be seeing these changes soon, and the hard work that you're putting in will pay off. It will pay off, so keep going. Now, as you'll have seen from the title, and you know, it's a Monday, so today is leg day. Level 1s, you're going to be doing some aerobic work mixed in with some work on the thighs, and level 2s and 3s, you're both going to be doing supersets today, superset style training, which is going to be really cool. So make sure you warm up, get your water, all the good stuff, and let's go. Level 1s, we're kicking off today with a gentle jog through beginner before tackling the hip lift movement. Keep your head rested on the ground so you're not straining your neck, and push up with the hips and glutes. Next, drop into the standard squat movement and keep your eyes fixed on a set place to help with your back positioning as you drop. Next is a double of aerobic movements with a focus on the legs, and those are side step and knee lift. Try to match tips rhythm where you can, especially with the ring, to get full body benefits from these. I like setting these exercises high rep to get more aerobic benefit, but do what feels comfortable for you. Next, we're taking on a mini game, which is the thigh rider. This involves taking a seat and squeezing the ring con with your thighs to get coins. It will really smash your adductors, and we're also going to hit those muscles hard with the wide squat next. Feet wider apart than a standard squat, but keep your knees in line with your toes still. Drop down and keep your body upright. We'll then get to the floor for thigh press, a move with similar starting position to the thigh rider mini game. Hold the ring in for the full effect for this rep. This will work your hips and adductors well. And then we finish out with 2 jogging areas, Drago Stadium 1 and Disturbance Meadow. For those without Drago Stadium 1, you can substitute either beginner or a set of knee lift. Feel free to repeat this for a longer workout if you'd like. Level 2s, the work today involves a superset format, so we're going to do a more intense exercise first and then a less intense one with little to no break in between, and then we'll rest for 2 minutes after those 2 exercises before starting the next 2, so they'll work in pairs. Start with hip lift and knee lift to get the body moving well and primed before the set of squats and beginner. The cardio here serves as a good counterpoint to the isometric hold of the squat. Next is the thigh rider mini game, which involves sitting down and a mix of short and long presses with the thighs. This is offset by knee lift combo, a more active move that stretches your thighs out. The 4th set today is the overhead squat, which is followed by Drago Stadium 1. The active knee leaps of Drago Stadium 1 offset the harder overhead squat. Make sure you're keeping your core braced to maintain the upper body hold as well as possible. The last 2 are the squat goals mini game with its varied squat positions and holds, and the seated thigh press movement, which focuses on some static holds. Rest 2 minutes between each round, as I said before, and once you're done, go through it all one more time with the same rest periods. If you want a challenge, do a 3rd round as well. My level 3s, today the workout involves those supersets, mixing lighter movements at the start with harder ones to finish each superset. We'll do 2 moves with as little rest as possible between them, and then rest for 2 minutes before doing the next 2. So the playlist is essentially split into 5 sections, yeah? Start with a jog through Disturbance Meadow before dropping straight for the overhead squat. This requires high levels of energy and a good brace with the core for your stability. The next set comprises of hip lift and wide squat, which fire opposing muscles. Hip lift focuses on glutes and hamstring, while wide squat focuses on your abs and your quads. The next set is knee lift combo and thigh press, which gets some aerobic movement mixed with a static hold on the thigh. If you want to make thigh press more intense, raise the ring con slightly so you've got less grip on it, but only if you're confident that you won't have the ring con fly out everywhere, okay? Have a jog through beginner, making sure you're shaking yourself out before this next intense movement, which is Warrior 3 pose. This tests your balance and strength and is a very tough move to master. Have a slight bend on your supporting leg and hinge over at the hips. Try to make your upper body and lifted leg parallel with the floor. Breathe out as you return to your starting position. So this has similarities to the deadlift movement. It's very good for your posterior chain, it's very good for your legs, but if you cannot perform this one, don't worry. Sub it in for overhead bend from the core selection for the posterior chain work, or tree pose from the yoga movements for work on balance. Next, finish out the treadmill mini game for its short bursts of work, and then the overhead lunge twist at the core and the hips, not the shoulders for this one. Well done for completing a round. It's very intense. If you want to go for another round, feel free. Go up to 2 additional rounds. Don't go any further past there, okay? How did you find that, guys? Legs use a lot of energy to move, but they are great for destroying calories because they're larger muscles, so therefore, yeah, the more calories you needed. So today's Fit Fact starts off Exercise Science Week. We're going to be talking about some really cool Fit Facts, some really fun little bits of exercise science so that we can get some basics on the body. And today we're going to start with the agonist-antagonist relationship of muscles. Now, basically when one muscle contracts, another one extends. So most of the time there are an opposing set of muscles. We'll actually be delving into that with this week's work. We'll be using some opposite muscles. So best example is the bicep. So you've got your bicep and then you've got your tricep. So when your bicep contracts, this is extending, but then when your tricep contracts, this is extending. Okay, this happens in a lot of other ones. You've got the quads and hamstrings, rectus femoris to glutes, you've got latissimus dorsi to lateral deltoid, you've got quite a few. It's quite cool to know which ones work as pairs because then you can kind of hone in on the training a little bit better and know, all right, I've trained the bicep, I need to train the tricep as, you know, like kind of like a balance sort of thing. And you'll also find that other muscles work as stabilizers. So when you're doing that bicep curl, shoulder's going to stabilize your arm, keep it isolated, stuff like that. And some work as synergists, so they work alongside the main muscle in a exercise. Lots of fun. Anyway, thanks for listening today. I hope you found that Fit Fact a little bit interesting. They're going to get a little bit more in depth over the next few days, which is really cool. And yeah, rest up, guys. Thank you so much for your work today, and I'm going to see you tomorrow.